How's it going, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and we got a little more NBA 2K17 news. So I've been trying my best to keep you guys up to date with everything I know of NBA 2K17, and that's me going through tweets, that's me going through different forums, that's me going through different articles, like everything you can think of I'm trying to do to get you guys news for NBA 2K17. So I've been through a bunch of different articles, and some of them aren't so great. Some of them are like false articles trying to get their website some publicity. I understand that. But I finally found an article that was actually released today that's legitimate from some guys that played NBA 2K17, and it's legitimate because Ronnie2K and LD2K also retweeted it. So this is a legitimate article that I'm going to be reading you guys. Not the entire thing, of course, just like last video, I'm not showing you guys everything about it, but I highlighted some of the important things. I thought the important things of this article. In the description, I'll have the link to the article if you want to read the entire thing, because it's a really good read. It's actually a really long article, and they showcase a lot of different things. Of course, we still don't got no gameplay, but I'm sure that's going to change very, very soon. If you guys don't know, the 2K Community Day or whatever is today or tomorrow. I'm not too sure. I know the guys flew out today. I don't know if it is today or tomorrow, but if you guys don't know what that is, 2K picks streamers, YouTubers, just people to come test the game before it is released. And what I do, or what I have, is all the guys that are going to this event, I have them all notified on Twitter. So whenever they tweet anything, I would get a notification. If for some reason they tweet some news or something new about 2K, I'm going to be one of the first people to see that, and I'm going to gather them all and put them into a video if there's anything, just so you guys can know, so you don't have to worry about all this. So finally, let's get into the article. So the title of it is How the Hyper-Realistic NBA 2K17 Showcases the Importance of Your Stick Skills. So, we know a couple things about NBA 2K17 already. I covered a little bit in the previous video. Chris Smooth made an entire video talking about it being a new shot stick meter. I'll recommend that video. I'll put that in the description too. He's basically saying there's a new shot meter, and even for layups, you have to have a shot meter. And from my understanding, this is actually a really big thing. The new shot meter, the new stick things, all these are going to be really big components in NBA 2K17, because from what 2K has said, they're trying to make it so that good 2K players are good 2K players. I can tell you the amount of times that I played a game in 2K16 where I knew I was better than the guy I was going against, but he had guys like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green on his team, and because of that amazing shooting, everything, he was able to get the victory. And these new components are supposed to make it so that if you're better, you should win the game. The 2K developers spent more time on how it feels to play the game of basketball with the standard Xbox or PlayStation controller. Lucky for us, we got a chance to try out NBA 2K17 during a demonstration of the game in New York last week with senior developer Rob Jones. So that's just them giving a background on how they got to play NBA 2K17. The emphasis on gameplay this year is not to say previous iterations of NBA 2K didn't already feature impressive achievements on the court, especially last year's introduction of freelance offense for certain big-name teams who play a certain style, how pick and rolls, including Steph Curry and Draymond Green, low post isolations with LeBron James, hammer sets with the Spurs, etc. All included the various off-the-ball movements of the players' teammates during those plays. The realism was real, but why these on-court improvements have given basketball junkies one more thing to nerd out about when they're playing the game. For NBA 2K17, those movements now borrow plays and actions from every NBA team, and not just the popular ones. There's a lot more than that in the new release too. And this is actually really good news, because in previous 2Ks, as they mentioned here, at least in 2K16, there was really only playbooks for those top teams, as they mentioned. The Spurs, the Warriors, the Cavs, those three teams basically had playbooks, and then those other teams, you didn't really have anything. So I'm guessing by this, they're gonna have those playbooks for every team, because believe it or not, there are some really good offenses out there in the league. For example, Brad Stevens and the Boston Celtics, I love their offense. Just watching them in real life, I'm just amazed by the things that they do without having a real star. NBA 2K17 is more about how you can manipulate your player with the joystick. You're not just moving your player into a general vicinity of the basket, but you're actually controlling how they finish a play. Now, this is actually really good news, because I played with a big man on NBA 2K16, and I probably will on NBA 2K17, because that's what my Pro-Am team needs. And I cannot tell you the amount of times where I'm trying to go up for a basket a certain way, I see an opening, but I just hit the X button or do the analog stick, whatever it takes, and they put you in a pre-made animation. Now, this is saying, unless I'm reading into it too much, that I can tell my guy how I want him to finish, whether it be left hand, right hand, go straight up, go over, whatever. I can tell my guy how to do it. One of the things that we started talking about was giving control back and really putting the measure of your success under your control. Rob told us before we started to play. Like literally under your stick skill decisions that you are actually making. Again, as I mentioned earlier, like with this joystick or with this stick, the analog stick, whatever, they're trying to make it so this is what's going to help you win. You have total control. So in this next one, he's talking about those animations that I mentioned earlier. You know what those are. It's when you've steered a player into a position, hit one button, and they launch into a pre-made move. But you, the user, don't have the ability to circumvent that animation and change the move either or add to it. That's the biggest thing changing in NBA 2K17. So no longer will we be putting those stupid animations. When you're trying to do a dribble move, if the guy reaches, you can immediately stop your dribble move and do something else. You don't have to carry out the entire move. And I like this a bunch because, again, with my big man, it's so many times where I'm doing something and I don't want to do that. Let's say you start this little cool animation and you want to break out this moment in time, Jones says. The animation had launched and there were specific branch points where you could get out, but as a user, you want to get out when you want to get out. This year, we took all of that. The animation that makes up the guy's dribble package are signature, but if you want to create a situation that he specifically does, it's in your stick skills. Again, going right back to the stick, man. This stick is going to be supposed to change the game up completely, man. You actually have to go into it and practice the stick skills, because if you don't have that, it seems like there's no way you're going to win games. You are controlling all the players' movement instead of just most of them. There are no jumping off points where you're left the manipulation of what they've already programmed for the player at that time in the game. Going to the basket, we never had full control over, hey, I want to finish going around you to the left. I want to finish going around you to the right. Or I want to go right through you. Or I want to finish with my left hand even on the right side, Rob says. A lot of this control is what we're going to give you this year. It's like he just read my mind, man. It's like he just read my mind, because I'm going to keep coming back to my big man, but this is actually a really big part when it comes to big man and 2K. You need to basically outsmart your opponent. And now it seems like you can do that. For example, I was able to throw a pocket pass to Joakim Noah at one point after a screen on the right side, and his shot fake and pivot into a left-handed layup on the opposite side of the basket looked and felt instinctual. Before, it probably would have gone into a pre-made animation. This happened within the scope of the game, even though I couldn't tell you exactly what I did with the sticks. Anyone who has ever played 2K will be able to differentiate the improved gameplay right from the tip. And that's exactly what we want. We want improved gameplay, but we also want to see the gameplay, 2K. These articles are cool and all. I mean, you're letting other people play it, but let us just watch it. That's one of our main things. We just want to see it. You're not getting stuck in seemingly, not going to try to pronounce that word, synthetic animations that can take away from the back and forth battles the best 2K matchups produce. And now we're down to the last sentence of the article. As Rob sums it up, now every player has full control over what he or she sees. And that's pretty much the article, guys. I just brought you guys what I thought was interesting. There's still a ton of article left, so if you want to go read the entire thing, again, the link is in the description. Let me know, out of all these things I just mentioned, are you excited, or does it seem like too much, man? That's been the ongoing debate. Is it too much? This sticks? Is this really gonna improve the game? I'm not too sure, but I can tell you I'm still excited. Whether it's gonna hurt the game or make it better, I'm willing to take that chance. So if you did enjoy it, be sure to drop it a like. It has been the King in the fourth quarter. Thank you so much for watching.